Fantasy FC is my favourite promo of the year. Now, the reason why that is because I'm a big fan of fantasy football in general, and it kind of bridges the gap between FC or FIFA and fantasy football for me. It's a way to follow certain players and their teams and hope that players you pack upgrade based on their team's performance or their individual performances. It does tie a lot into fantasy football, and I imagine that's why it's called Fantasy FC. And I just love the promo. So today what we've got is every single Fantasy FC player, not including heroes, and their potential upgrade path, what their upgrades could look like, who they've got to play, and how likely it is that they get to their highest rated potential. Starting off with Grisou, Antoine Griezmann, obviously the best card in my opinion this entire promo so far of Team 1. He's got a base card of 91 but could get to a 95 rated card. In terms of how these players get there, for midfielders and attackers, it's a goal or an assist in the next 4 games, club wins 2 of their next 4 domestic league games, they make 3 appearances in their next 4 domestic league games, and the club scores 11 goals in the next 4 domestic league games. That starts from February 23rd, which was yesterday. So from now until the end of the next 4 domestic league games. Now, Griezmann could get a 95 rated card. Could in massive quotation marks. The issue is, it's actually going to be quite hard for Griezmann to get there. Now, don't get me wrong. They've actually got some quite nice fixtures. They've got Almeria away, Betis at home, Cadiz away, and then Barca at home. I'm not worried about him scoring or assisting, but the issue is he might not make 3 appearances. He's almost 100% confirmed to be out for the Almeria game, which sucks because that's probably the second best, like Almeria bottom of the league, right? So that's probably one of the better options there for Griezmann to get an assist. Griezmann takes all the corners, he takes a lot of the free kicks, so he can get goals or assists really easily, and him and Morata link up really well. But he's out for that game. He's likely back for the second leg against Athletic Club in the Spanish Cup. Now, the only issue is that they've got some really important games between now and then. So if his ankle injury is bad enough, what they might do is play him in the semi-final second leg and then rest him against Betis to play against Inter in the Champions League, or rest him against Cadiz maybe to play against Inter in the Champions League. It's actually Cadiz and then Inter Milan. Obviously, they're 1-0 down against Inter in the Champions League. They have to win that game. So it's very possible that he gets rested in one of these games. He'll almost definitely play against Barcelona if he's fit because it's a massive game. I think it's very likely he plays against Betis, but yeah, the Cadiz game, they rested Griezmann against Las Palmas last weekend for the Inter game, and, you know, it's very possible that they could rest him. So there's a chance that he doesn't get the 95 because he might not make 3 out of 4 appearances, but it's not starts, it's just appearances, so he might come off the bench. Very possible, we'll see. I think this card's still sick. He's 5-star, 4-star. Griezmann this year is fantastic anyway and could get to a monstrous card this year. And if he doesn't, he'll probably get a team of the season as well, because he is absolutely smashing it this year in the La Liga. I don't know exactly how many goals and assists he's contributed to, but I think it's like him and Morata is like 20-something, so it's crazy. But yeah, so Griezmann, I would predict gets to the 94, probably to the 95. It's tough as well because Atletico Madrid don't necessarily score a ton of goals. Like, they do and they don't. It's tough. They obviously beat Las Palmas 5-0. That was without Griezmann entirely. Against Almeria, who are trying to find some form at the moment. They did just draw to Granada and they're doing their best. I can see them scoring 3 past Almeria and possibly a 3 past Betis as well, who are shaky defensively at best. We'll see what happens against Barcelona. It all depends on that Cadiz game. We kind of need high-scoring games across the first 3, but we'll see. Next up, we have Nahuel Molina, who is kind of the opposite of Griezmann. Doesn't start every game, but almost 100% plays every single game. He has not missed a game since November, and that was a game against Mallorca right after the international break as well. So I think a few players often sort of get benched after the international break. A lot of travelling. They just played Brazil and things like that. So a lot of travelling for him. You can understand why he was benched. So Molina starts as an 87 and can go as high as a 91, which would be a really nice card actually with Whip Pass Plus. 4-star, 4-star high. I actually packed the 87. So it'd be nice to have that card go to a 91. And I think he's got a great potential of doing it. He just needs one clean sheet, which I think is definitely possible. Atletico are pretty decent when it comes to defensive capabilities. Although that being said, they've actually only kept 2 clean sheets in their last sort of 6 league/Champions League games. Those clean sheets were against Las Palmas and Valencia. They also kept one against Granada the game before Valencia as well, and then sort of Sevilla 2 or 3 games before that. So they definitely have the potential. I think they're a lot better at home when it comes to keeping clean sheets as well. So the home fixture against Betis will be hopefully a clean sheet and the one that he needs. I think that they'll comfortably beat Almeria and Cadiz and probably Betis as well. As I said in the last clip, he will almost definitely, unless he gets an injury, touch wood, will make 3 appearances. It's just the 11 goals with Atletico. We'll see. It's definitely possible. We've got the competition where, like, against Almeria, Betis and Cadiz, you could easily concede you could see them scoring like 9 or 10 goals, but you could also see them all being 1-0s or 2-1s, right? It's Atletico Madrid at the end of the day. You never know what you're getting from them. Next up, we have got a fun one. It is Ibrahima Konate. His next 4 opponents are Forest away, Man City at home, Everton away, and Brighton at home. I see them keeping a clean sheet against Forest, to be honest. I don't know if they'll keep a clean sheet against any of the other opponents. And I'm not saying they will keep a clean sheet. I'm saying that's the most likely. Konate starts as an 87 rated card. My English is terrible in this video for some reason. I do apologise. He starts as an 87 rated card and can go all the way up to a 91 if everything's completed. Now, the only thing I worry about with Konate, and I'm kind of hoping, if I was to pack this card, that it wouldn't be the case. But I know that, he got benched against Luton, obviously for the final on Sunday. I don't know how important the UEFA Europa League games are against Sparta Prague, but I think that's Sparta Prague anyway. Could he get benched? Could he play the City game and get benched for the Europa League game if they're losing, potentially? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I said that the wrong way around. But you know what I mean. Could he get benched in certain games to play in other games? I don't know. Is a question. But I'm just saying that off of... I'm not a big follower of Liverpool, to be honest. I know he's a very good player. I would say they definitely could keep a clean sheet, but I think it'll be very hard against those opponents. I see them beating Forest and Everton comfortably. I think he probably will make 3 appearances. Now, 11 goals... I'd say they probably hammer 3 or 4 past Forest. They probably put 1 or 2 past Everton, maybe 1 or 2 past Man City as well. I think they probably beat Man City, but I don't think it'll be a super high scoring game. That being said, Man City are really bad counter attacking, aren't they? I think they've conceded the most goals counter attack wise, so you never know. And then we have Brighton, who depends on which Brighton show up, really. But at home to Brighton, you'd expect them to win. So I think you could definitely see Konate going to a 91 rated. Definitely a lot of potential for that, I think. Next up, we have Matthijs de Ligt, who has been... Matthijs de Ligt, who has been completely and utterly disrespected by Tuchel at Bayern. I'm not going to go into it, but I feel really bad for this guy. For some reason, Upamecano was the starter for so long. And don't get me wrong, Upamecano's not actually been bad at all this season. But, the fact he was a starter over De Ligt is crazy to me. And then the fact that they played a 5-back and played Eric Dyer over De Ligt at centre, I'm not going to go into it. I was very upset on behalf of Matthijs de Ligt. I'd love him at United. I think he's unreal. Anyway, that all being said, got an 89 rate base card. Their opponents, I think, will definitely get a clean sheet against either Darmstadt, Mainz at home, or Freiburg. I think Leipzig are too good, but I think we'll probably see a clean sheet against one of the other 3. I think Darmstadt almost definitely. The club will almost definitely win 2 of their 4 games. I actually think Bayern will win all 4. They can't afford to lose games now. They are so far behind the title race. I just think we'll see a different Bayern now in the Bundesliga. I do love Bayern. I do follow Bayern a lot. So I do think we'll see Bayern winning a lot of games. I think De Ligt will make appearances. So Upamecano is suspended. So unless Tuchel plays Eric Dyer ahead of him, It's possible, but I think it'll be Kim Min-jae and De Ligt as the two CBs now for the next few games. Upamecano's only suspended for one game, but I think with the last two red cards given away by Upamecano and penalties given away by Upamecano, I can imagine that De Ligt probably gets that starting spot now for a few games at least. So I think he'll make the appearances, and I think Bayern will score all 11 goals. So I really do believe we'll see a 93 rate De Ligt, and I think that's possibly why his price is at the 1 point something. I think 1.5 million mark, I think. Now, we've had a lot of City representation in this promo. We've obviously had Grealish, Chloe Kelly, and Carlos Tevez. Don't really know why. Tevez dynamic image is literally from a United picture, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure why EA gave Grealish a card based on him actually playing, because the issue is, as far as I'm aware, Grealish has a groin injury, and it's very unlikely that Grealish plays in the next few games. I don't think there'll be a struggle for Man City when it comes to scoring. I think they'll... Do you know what? Now that I say, actually, look at those fixtures. I obviously made these graphics, but I wasn't really paying attention. United, Liverpool, and Arsenal after Bournemouth. Unless they beat Bournemouth like 8-0, or like, I don't know, man. I don't think Grealish will make 3 appearances. I do think that Man City will win 2 games. I don't think Grealish will get a goal or an assist. I see Grealish maybe getting maximum to a 91 rated card, which for his price, I don't think reflects like this. That 91 rated card, is that card worth 750k? No, in my opinion, it's not. And I think it was a really dumb idea from EA to pick Grealish for this promo when the dude is literally injured. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I haven't looked at any Pep press conferences lately, so I don't know for sure if Grealish is confirmed out, or if, like, you know, he's back maybe. I will go and have a look at my friend Connor real quick, because he usually posts predicted lineups for Man City real quick. Yeah, Connor basically... It says that Grealish is injured. So, yeah, well done, EA. That's such a smart player to use in a promo that relies on him scoring or assisting and making 3 appearances. Well done. Round of applause for EA Sports, everybody. The price of this card is utterly shocking. Ferland Mendy's 7.5 million coins, potentially about to be extinct at 7.6 million coins. Now, I ask you, is that 93 rated card worth 7.6 million coins? Now, I get it, right? In terms of other left-back options, you got Theo Hernandez Team of the Year. Theo Hernandez Team of the Year is better than that Mendy card, in my opinion. All right? Maybe he's not, actually. I now that I look at their stats next to each other, I'm actually kind of thinking that maybe he's not. Theo Hernandez got 1 less pace, 3 less shooting, same passing, 2 more dribbling, 1 more defending, 3 less physical. Maybe, do you know what? Maybe Ferland Mendy is actually... Maybe he's worth 7.5 mil. I take it back. They're against Sevilla at home. Then they're against Valencia away, Celta Vigo at home, and Osasuna away. I do think they'll keep a clean sheet. They'll probably keep a clean sheet this weekend against Sevilla, to be honest. If not, they'll probably keep one against Osasuna. I wouldn't know. I don't follow Real Madrid that closely. I do follow Tony Kroos a little bit for my fantasy football, but apart from that, I don't follow them that closely. I think they'll probably win all 4 games. Mendy likely makes appearances in all 3 of them. I mean, Mendy is comfortably their starting left back, comfortably, as long as he's not injured. Now, he did miss the game against Rayo Vallecano. I don't know why he was completely out of the squad. Maybe there's an injury there that I haven't seen. I have absolutely no idea. But as long as he's fit, Mendy's comfortably the best left back there. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Mendy. But 7.6 million coins is absolutely redonkulous for that card. Hakan Calhanoglu. We have Calhanoglu next. Absolutely balling out for Inter this year. Inter have been an utter unstoppable machine this year. I think they're yet to lose a game this year in the Serie A. I'm almost certain. In fact, I think they might be yet to lose a game in the Serie A or the Champions League. Oh, no, sorry. I see they did lose to Sassuolo very early on. I don't think they've lost a game since losing to Sassuolo. It's crazy. They've been nuts. They've been so good. Calhanoglu starts at an 88 rated card. Nice playstyles as well for a centre mid and can go to a 92. I would say he very likely gets the 92 as well. I think he'll get a goal or an assist. He's on a lot of set pieces and he's got a cracking long shot. Very good chance of getting a goal or an assist in the next 4 games. I think the club will win 2, possibly all 4 of the games. I think that he will make three or more appearances. And in terms of scoring sort of 11 goals or more in the next 4 games, to reel off some results, they beat Salernitana 4-0. They beat Roma 4-2. They beat Monza 5-1. They beat Udinese 4-0. Napoli 3-0. They can score goals. They can score a lot of goals. Thuram's been really solid this year. Sort of Martinez has been really solid this year. They seem to spawn in amazing wingbacks all the time. Like Carlos Augusto's come out of nowhere and been balling out. Come out of nowhere. He came from Monza, but like he just seems to be doing well for them. DeMarco's solid. Yeah, so I think they will very likely score 11 or more goals in the next 4 games. And I think we'll see a 92 rated Hakan Calhanoglu, who for about 300k looks like a great card. Next up, we have possibly a little cheap gem, Iago Aspas. Starts as an 88 rated card, can go all the way to 92 rated, 4-star, high work rates. Nice playstyle plus them as well for a centre forward. They play Cadiz away, Almeria at home, Real Madrid away, and Sevilla away. Now, we do have some question marks. And I do understand why the price is there. So he was benched against Osasuna. He did come off the bench against Getafe. Before the Osasuna game, the last time he was benched and came off the bench was Rayo Vallecano, and before that was Las Palmas. I think he's definitely still the starting striker, but the issue is that there's a new lad called Jørgen Larsen, who's been doing really well for them. He's a Norwegian 24-year-old who's been scoring goals left, right, and centre for Celta Vigo, which definitely has put Iago Aspas' place in contention. Iago Aspas does play the bigger games, like he played against Barcelona, and he will play the bigger games, but very possible that he gets rested against like Almeria at home because they feel confident so that they can play him against Real Madrid away, because he's 36 years old now. He's not getting any younger either. So I understand why they rest him. A lot of clubs do this where they rest older players if they have younger players coming through in a game they think they'll comfortably win. And as I said before, Almeria is bottom of the table and don't have a very good away from home record. So yeah, it's possible. We'll see. I think this card could definitely get to at least 90 rated, which is for 20 odd K. That's a nice 90 rated card. By a miracle, they might get to the 91, 92 range. I think 91's possible. I don't think they'll score 11 goals in the next 4 games. It's possible. They in their last 4 games, they've scored what? 3, 5, 6 goals, and that was against Girona, Osasuna, Getafe, and Barcelona. If we look at some more favourable fixtures for them this season, they lost 4-3 to Athletic Club. They scored 2 against Barcelona back in September. They scored 3 against Osasuna away, as we mentioned. They can score goals, but they're not known for scoring a lot of goals, so I don't think Iago Aspas will be getting a 92 rated card anytime soon. Politano! What seems to be the most common card to pack, Politano. Everyone seems to have packed him. Went on a fantastic run early in the season, but has really slowed down lately. Now, they play Cagliari away, then Sassuolo away, but then they play Juve and Torino both at home. In terms of him playing, he's been starting every game. He did come off the bench against Napoli, but played a half, and that was when they played a different, like a weird system. I think they played like a back 5 against Milan. I said against Napoli. I meant to say against Milan. They played a back 5 against Milan, so it was a weird system. Didn't really work. And then before that, like he hadn't really been benched since the Lecce game back in October 2023. So yeah, I think he'll play. I think he'll make appearances. I think he'll definitely play at least 3 games. Now, a goal or an assist, again, it's possible. Sassuolo have been horrific defensively. Torino have been horrific defensively. It's definitely possible. definitely possible for him to get a goal and assist against either of those. Osman back from AFCON now means there's definite potential to get more assists. They need to start turning some fixtures around as well. They've not been very good this season, to be honest. Well, they haven't been terrible. They started off the season all right, but like the last few games have been quite bad. They lost sort of 3-0 to Torino last time, so they've got a point to prove as well. So yeah, we'll sort of see how that goes. I would say 89 rated for this card, maybe 90 rated as well. I don't think Napoli will score 11 goals in those games, but you never know. Juve sometimes absolutely poop the bed at home as well, so we'll see. They definitely could score 11 goals. They've got nice fixtures, but who knows? This card is very exciting. I can see why he's got a huge price range of 3.4 million coins. Marquinhos starts as a 90 rated card. Could get all the way up to a 94 rated CB. Now, at that point, we are literally talking about team of the season level. I'm pretty sure Marquinhos' last couple of team of the seasons were around the 94 rated mark. 95 rated in FIFA 23, 95 in FIFA 22, 93 in FIFA 21, 94 in FIFA 20. So we're literally talking about potentially a team of the season level card. Now, in terms of PSG, they weren't notoriously great at keeping clean sheets, but they've actually been a lot better recently. They kept a clean sheet against Nantes, clean sheet against Real Sociedad in the Champions League. They kept a clean sheet against Lens. Aside from that, the last one they kept was against Le Havre. So, like, yeah, I mean, they definitely do let in goals. They are known for letting in goals as well, to be fair, but they score a lot of goals. So, you know, I think against Rennes, their next game, Stade Rennais, they're going to struggle because Stade Rennais are a decent team and they're starting to find a bit more form. I feel like Terrier's back and, you know, that's definitely helpful too. Against Monaco away, they'll probably struggle. I think they might keep a clean sheet against Montpellier. Stade Rem are also quite decent too. They've got like people like Junior Ito and people like that. Like they've got a decent team. I don't know if they'll keep a clean sheet in the next 4 games. They could. They absolutely could. We could see a masterclass, a Luis Enrique masterclass. They might pass a team to death. But I also, having watched a lot of PSG in the last 2 years, know they're prone to making stupid errors that lead to goals. So I'm not 100% sure they'll get the clean sheet. But if they do, I definitely think they win at least 2 games. I definitely think he'll make at least 3 appearances. And I definitely think that he'll score. I think PSG will score 11 goals or more in the next 4 games. I think they're going to have to outscore their opponents for at least 3 of those games. So I think we'll see a lot of goals from PSG. And I think we could see a 93, 94 rated Marquinhos card. That could be an absolute flipping monster. If that 94 rated card, if it gets there, 90 pace, 95 defending, 91 physical, 82 passing, anticipate plus, power header plus. Whew, that's a good card. That is a very, very good card. I actually really liked his rule breaker card this year. I remember using it for a little while. He was very, very surprisingly good. I didn't think he would be amazing. I thought, oh, you know, he's what, 6 foot barely and whatever. But no, I was actually surprisingly impressed with that card. So we'll see. And the last man in the team, the last male, is Benjamin Andre. Now, unfortunately for Andre, he is suspended for the Toulouse game. So he's definitely out for that. He got his yellow card suspension. And the weird thing about the Ligue 1 is it actually has like a 1-game delay. So he got suspended against PSG, but played against Le Havre. So I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right. I do apologise. So now he's suspended against Toulouse. I know it's a weird system. I don't really understand why. Other than that, he should play every game. After that, they've got Reims, Rennes, and Brest. The only issue is they've got 3 pretty hard games. And for some reason, right, bit unfair on Benjamin Andre, they've got 3 away games out of 4. Now, you might be wondering, you know, why is that so relevant? Typically, teams perform a lot better at home. Like, statistically, most teams perform better at home. So, for them to have 3 away games, and hard games as well, I don't know. It's not ideal. They've got to play Brest away, and Brest are currently second, by the way. They've only lost 4 games all season. They've been really, really solid. They also have to play Rennes, who are trying to climb the table at the moment, at home, who are 7th in the league, who are trying to climb the table. Reims are right behind Rennes as well. And the one game he wanted to play against Toulouse to try and get goal and assist, he's suspended. So we'll see. He's not really much of a goal or an assist kind of guy. I mean, he actually scored against Clermont Foot, a few weeks ago. But then before then, his last goal was in October against Lens. So he did score. He did actually score against Rennes at home. So maybe he scores against Reims away. Who knows? But apart from that, he's not a huge goal scorer, unfortunately, which is why I think This card maybe gets to like 88, 89 at a push. I think they've got hard games, and we'll see. So it's a bit unfortunate for Benjamin Andre. Now on to the women. I can't tell you anything about these guys, these girls, because I don't know anything about women's football realistically. I don't want to sit here and waffle out my bum. To be honest, there's probably a lot of yapping in this video as well. It's actually like 4 a.m. and I'm recording this. It actually took me like 2 hours to make these screens. So yeah, please leave a like on the video. We have Stark, who could go all the way to a 90 rated card. It does not excite me at all. Like, she's the female Timo Werner. Do you know what I mean? Just because she's a striker from Leipzig, that's German, with pace. That's literally it. Now, this card's exciting. Majri could be insane. She's got 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, medium-high work rates with a really nice card potential. She starts at an 88, could get all the way to a 92. Now, they're against Dijon away, then a team called Fleury. Never heard of them. At home, Lille away, and then Le Havre at home. I don't know how good any of those teams are, but I think Lyon's women's team is very good. So I'm hoping that she can cook a little bit, and we can see a 92 rated Majri card, because that card would be phenomenal. Third and final woman in the team. There's only 3 in the team. It's Chloe Kelly. I'm not entirely sure why EA have put 3 Man City cards in this team, but whatever. I've heard she's very good. So I think she'll probably get a goal or assist. And I don't know how good Man City are, so I don't know. But that 93 card would be pretty legit if it did, come into fruition. She's currently 2 million coins in the market. I think a lot of people expect her to get that card. And yeah, I just think she'd be very good. So we'll see what happens. But if you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see the Heroes version, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy, and I'll see you later.